The relationship between two people is sometimes formed not through sweet promises or overt declarations of love, but through simple actions that conceal deep emotions. This is the most accurate description when discussing the closeness between Yu and Tian Xuning, two names that increasingly make fans smile, surprise, and even move them to tears through their interactions. There is something about the way Yu treats Tian Xuning that makes many people believe that he is not the type to proclaim his feelings through words, but rather through actions. And from the many moments that have been captured, it is clear how every little bit of attention he gives radiates a feeling greater than anything that can be put into words. From the beginning, the two have often been seen together, both in professional activities and casual moments behind the scenes. There is a natural comfort that arises whenever Tian Xuning is near Yu, as if his presence brings an indescribable warmth. Among the hundreds of people on the busy set, Ziyu's eyes often find Tian Xuning first. He watches without making her feel watched. He cares without making her feel restricted. This subtle, gentle, and consistent attention has led many fans to believe that Ziyu's way of loving is more often expressed through actions than words. One of the most famous moments often discussed by fans was when Tian Xuning looked exhausted after filming a long scene. Her face looked a little pale, her steps were slower than usual, and her shoulders slumped, showing how tired her body was. In the middle of the crowd, Yu quickly walked over to her without thinking about whether people would notice. He gave him a bottle of water, asked about Tian Xuning's condition in a low voice, and even rubbed his back to make sure he was comfortable. The gesture was so natural, so spontaneous, so sincere, that anyone who saw it would understand that the concern came from deep within his heart. Although it seemed simple, the action contained a care that was difficult to hide. It wasn't just in moments of exhaustion that Ziyu's concern was evident. It was also seen in many small things that often went unnoticed by others. He made sure Tian Xuning wore a jacket when the air suddenly turned cold. He helped fix her hair or accessories that seemed to move during filming, and he even paid attention to whether she had eaten or not. Every time Tian Xuning complains, whether about the weather, the schedule, or her stiff body, Yu always listens intently, then offers a solution or a small gesture that makes Tian Xuning feel better. There is no showing off, no image building. Everything is done with a simplicity that makes it seem even more sincere. The most interesting thing was how Ziyu's gaze changed every time Tian Xuning spoke. There was a softness in his eyes, as if time slowed down just to give him the chance to enjoy every word that came out of Tian Xuning's mouth. He listened without interrupting, he paid attention without losing focus, and he often responded with a small smile that made the atmosphere around them feel much warmer than before. Such a gaze cannot be faked. Such a gaze only comes from someone who feels a deep emotional closeness. One day, when the wind suddenly blew quite strongly, Tian Xuning's hair was blown loose and covered part of her face. She looked confused as the wind continued to tease her strands of hair. Without thinking twice, Yu stepped closer to her and gently smoothed Tian Xuning's hair, making sure the strands didn't cover her beautiful face. He didn't say anything, but his movements were slow, careful, and attentive, as if he was touching something fragile and meaningful. The camera that happened to capture that moment made the fans explode with excitement. They were surprised, smiled, and some even cried because this small gesture felt so beautiful and full of love. Ziyu's attention was not only evident when Tian Xuning was tired or experiencing difficulties. Even when she was at her best, cheerful and full of energy, Yu still showed his affection in other ways. He gave Tian Xuning space to shine, never trying to steal the spotlight, and always supporting her every step. When Tian Xuning spoke to the media or crew, Yu was always nearby, offering silent support through glances, smiles, or small gestures that only those familiar with them could read. He understood when to be present and when to give space, something only someone who truly knew and cared could do. Behind the scenes, their closeness was even more apparent. There was a moment when Tian Xuning was laughing at a crew member's funny comment. Without realizing it, Ziyu smiled too, not because she heard the joke, but because she saw Tian Xuning laughing. It was as if the woman's happiness automatically became a source of happiness for him too. That spontaneous reaction clearly illustrates how deep the feelings that may have developed in her heart are. Small gestures, such as bringing tissues when Tian Xuning tears up from laughing too hard, or shielding her from overly bright lights, show a level of attention that is not easily found in ordinary professional relationships. There is no love more beautiful than love expressed through actions. Small actions, done without coercion, without cameras, without the desire to look perfect. Such love grows naturally, develops unconsciously, and is present without the need to be flaunted. That is the kind of love that seems to have grown from Ziyu for Tian Xuning. No need for acknowledgement, no need for excessive romantic drama. All it takes is a glance, attention, and consistent presence that conveys a sense of security and comfort. Interestingly, Tian Xuning seems to feel the same way. He often appears more relaxed when he is with Ziyu, more cheerful, more free, as if he can be himself without worrying about being judged. He steals glances from time to time, watching Ziyu's reactions, and smiles when the man does something that makes him feel appreciated. Their chemistry is so strong that fans can't help but feel that there is something deeper than just a working relationship. There is a mutual feeling of growth, understanding, and care. Every interaction between them implies an emotional bond that only two people who quietly build comfort with each other can have. They don't need to hold hands in public to show their closeness. The way Ziyu watches Tian Xuning from afar is enough to make fans believe that he is falling in love. And the way Tian Xuning smiles every time Ziyu is near her further strengthens that assumption. If love is a language that needs no words, then Ziyu speaks it fluently through his actions. He loves in a gentle, slow, and warm way. He shows his affection through small gestures that may seem simple, but hold great meaning. Every time he makes sure Tian Xuning is comfortable, every time he listens to her stories without being indifferent, every time he gently protects her, he is saying, "I care, I am here for you," without needing to say it directly. And perhaps, behind all that silence, Tian Xuning hears and feels it. Because true love doesn't need many words, just consistent actions, and Ziyu has shown them without hesitation.